Well, good evening, guys. How you doing? How's everybody tonight? Oh, I've got 13 people here to start out with. Welcome. Glad to see you made it. And I like that intro of mine because it gives me a chance to do a little housekeeping and clean up all the pre-show stuff off the screen. And I almost didn't make it. So almost forgot to turn my mic on, but at the last minute I did remember. So good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Well, I sent out some invitations. Don't see anybody in the green room yet, but I'm sure somebody will show up before too long. And let me say hi to everybody that is here. Jaybird, Joe, how you doing, my friend? Still number one, he says. Well, Jody Drone Shots is conspicuous by his absence tonight. I hope he's okay. But yes, sir, you were the first one in here, followed closely by our friend Agent K. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. And my buddy Pete Nunez is here. Pete from the local flying park, the park there where we fly, and he was around yesterday morning for that maiden of that little tiny flying wing that I made the video of. I think that was yesterday or the day before, or the days all blend in. I don't remember. Maybe Tuesday. So how you doing, Pete? Good to see you. Ray Kelly's here. Hey, Ray. How you doing? And Tomas O'Sullivan, Tomas Ariels, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Who else we got here? Michael McReynolds is here. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Good to see you. And Michael McReynolds, no fly drones. Hey, howdy to you, sir. Thanks for coming in. Pond and More, welcome. Good to see you. And Carlos. There he is in the chat. Be here in a few minutes. That's good, Carlos, because Carlos, as you all know, Carlos sent me a big box of drones, sadly in need of tender, loving care, and that has pretty much monopolized my free time here for the past week or so. And we're sneaking up on it. There is hope. I'm going to show you. When Carlos gets in here, I'm going to show you just exactly where we stand with those things, and they're coming along pretty good. Paul is here. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm trying to just fly half as much as Paul flies these days, and I figure if I can do that, I'll get much better. Somebody said hi to Ed. Love my drones. I didn't see him in the chat, but must be there somewhere. So if you're here, Ed, how you doing? Four-eyed Canine, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. He said he's never seen me on my own live stream, but must have been in here once before because you already had your blue wrench. So I guess I'm maybe easily forgotten, but I have been making the rounds on the on the live streams these days, and this YouTube stuff is getting to feel like a full-time job. Jaybird says, where is Ed? Yeah, I don't, I see Carlos back from the sky, but I must have missed Ed if he was in here, but hopefully he'll be around. I just watched his video that he posted today with that Cinewhoop of his, and man, talk about some wild man flying. Ed has discovered altitude and diving from great altitude. And takes a little scary, Ludsat, how you doing, Ludsat one? Greets old guys, OGs. I guess that's what old guys means. So yeah, went out this morning to the park with two of Carlos's quads to test fly them and see if they need any more work. And one of them was great, and I think the other one's still got a few problems. Now those were the two 3-inch Japaleras, the Armaton Japaleras. One of them works great. The other one, I think, maybe has some power issues.Maybe the capacitor or flight controller or whatever. It's just too much noise in the video feed, and the receiver RSSI isn't quite what it should be. But we'll go over that as soon as I see Carlos in here. We'll talk about that. And as I speak, his name, he pops
Good evening,
up.
Mitch. What's
How
up,
you
everyone?
doing? How are you?
Doing well, sir. Had
Very
to finish
good
my
to
meal and get myself all good looking for you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's important. That's important.
Obviously, it didn't work, but we tried.
How's the audio, everybody?
I hear
you
everything. I hear everything
you sound
good.
You sound a little scratchy to me. Maybe
Test
I don't
1 2
know.
1 2. Better.
Yeah, I guess it's okay. Maybe I should turn the volume up on my headphone a little bit here.
It's the drone
I'll
bum.
probably hear it better.
Yes, drone bum is flying a lot.
Oh man, I mean, I was so proud of myself. I went out to the park the other day, flew six packs, and I thought that was a lot. But I mean, he's gone absolutely nuts.
I think he did over 100 in a week. Easy.
That's great. Well, he ought to be becoming a real ace at this now, don't you think?
He's almost there. Just needs a little bit of rolls on his turns and just more time.
Yeah.
He's good.
Cool.
Hopefully he's good.
Cool. All right. So Paul
Got
says it sounds good. Everybody says the audio sounds good. I'm all wireless here tonight. Well, because I have a funny feeling I'm going to be moving around when we. Yeah. So not only do I have the little wireless lav mic here, but I also have my headphone plugged into a wireless
wow.
receiver, so I can, if I have to, I'll pick it up and.
You look like you're a detective undercover police waiting for
I'll tell you what.
a bust
Yes,
of
sir.
some sort.
Yes, sir. So.
So one of the 3 inches where I heard we're okay. The other one's still issues.
Yeah. The Bill, Metro Drones is here. Thank you, sir. Hey, everyone. Mitch
What's up,
Carlos, he
Metro?
says. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Bill. Always appreciate that. And how are you doing? Doing good. Good to see you.
Miami Vice.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Carlos, like this has kind of dominated most of my free time, but I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I enjoy doing that.
When it becomes an issue, just put it to the side.
No. We're coming down the home stretch, man. And you're gonna flip when you see some of this stuff. But what I wanted to show you, I may as well do it now before we get some more people in here and end up going off on different topics. But you've got
the glue one,
the
marshmallow
with the marshmallow. That's how I tell them apart. And I put red props on this one to try it out. And I don't know if you notice it or not, but I got rid of those antennas sticking up.
Okay.
And I put the antennas on the arms because I think that's much better.
Safer.
You know how you put them. You've seen them like this before. This is a very common way of mounting. Yeah, and I'm doing that on all of them. I really like it. So I went ahead, Carlos, and I flashed the new firmware on the receiver, on the XM receiver. It's an XM Plus that's in here, and I still cannot get these old TBS VTXs to respond to smart audio. No matter what I do, they just won't. So I just set the power to 200 set it to my channel, which is F3, because
Okay.
I don't want to have to keep changing my goggles every time
Yeah,
I
yeah.
test this stuff and everything. And I'm going to show you a video from the from this. So if you hang in there with me a second, we
So
will
that
go
antenna
over.
is still usable, marshmallow and all.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
And here is now. I also fixed the. I also got the camera forward after I did this, so you don't see the
Oh,
posts
nice.
in the frame anymore.
Nice.
But this is. Let me get rid of myself in the picture so you can see the numbers. Look at
Angle
the
mode.
RSSI. Well, that was just the first
Yeah,
test,
yeah.
no goggles, just to make sure it didn't
Oh,
flip.
got it.
In other words, I just took it up for a second in angle mode to make sure that the accelerometer was working and everything was wired right, didn't flip over. I hadn't done that yet. So then I set it down and put the goggles on. That's what I'm doing now.
Got it.
Climbing into the goggles. Oh, Jim, Above and Beyond Drones is here. How you doing? Good to see you. So
Ooh, that
take
took
off
Pretty
here.
nice.
Yeah, but now keep an eye on the RSSI over
That's
there on
the
the left.
39.
No,
Oh, no,
that
94.
34 is the throttle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it never got. It really made all the difference in the world. The flashing that receiver with the new firmware.
Right. Look at that. 80s.
And I kept it pretty close, but
Still.
actually, there's a little video, lines in there, and there's a little noise, but I think it's great. I think it
I want to
it
fly.
flies great.
Yeah.
And I took it out. I took it out into the field to see. Here you go. See, I took it out a ways to see how the
good.
RSSI held. And look at it, 92,
Solid.
91, 93. Yeah, got a good strong radio signal.
Oh, really nice.
So it's working. It's working great. I flashed Betaflight 4.2.2.
You're all the way by the
Betaflight.
trees over there, right on the left.
No, I was behind a tree. That's what caused the video interference. There was a tree between me and the quad one. I got low out there.
But I'm saying you're
All in
all the
all.
way to the left, all the way over there, right in front of you now.
No, I'm sitting there right in the parking lot.
Oh, by
there.
the
You
single
see my-
tree?
No, right there with the white car.
Oh, okay.
See?
I got it. Okay.
Yeah, I was just sitting right out there. Yeah, I wanted to stay out of the water because it was, it gets huge
kind
and
of
wet out
important.
there in the morning. But it,
Oh, I
no,
see
it
what
flew,
you mean.
it flew great. But when I get behind that one tree right there, see that tree between
Yeah, that
me
makes
and
sense.
because the tree has water in it. It's wet. These trees
Right.
have a lot of dew in them. So boy, that water just soaks up radio signals.
Got it. No, but it's so much better. I mean, I couldn't fly this
Not
far.
only that, but I flashed new firmware on the ESCs as well that has what they call bidirectional D-shot, and I have RPM filtering turned on. And when you have the latest stuff like the RPM filtering, the newest versions of Betaflight, it makes all the difference in the world in the way these things fly. The thing flies like a dream.
Nice. And did you mess with the camera angle at all?
No, I left it the way you had it.
Okay, cool.
The camera angle's probably 25, 30 degrees. It's up there. It's a little more than I like, but I probably need to
Okay.
start. There I am.
Look at that handsome bro.
There he is. What do you think? Yes.
We
What a face.
we were discussing that last, I don't know if it was a week ago or a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Somebody called you Stud. So now around here we call
Stud,
you
yeah.
Professor
Well,
Dude
we're gonna-
Stud.
We're gonna forget about that. So that was great. I said, "Holy cow, this is great." Carlos is going to love these things are really working great. And then I put the second one up, and
Drone Bum says he knew you
I
were
mean,
a
they're-
flasher.
they're the same. They're the same
Exactly.
quad, exactly. But so I did just a tiny little
Lens adjustment.
angle. No, I don't know what I was doing there,
Oh.
but I may have been tucking one of the balance lead in behind something. But here I am in angle mode, so I noticed right off the bat that this thing seemed to need more throttle, although I was using the same battery and everything. I mean, it did go up. It flew. So I said, all right, I'll try it. But one thing you'll notice is the RSSI on this same receiver. Everything is. Both of these are all flashed with exactly the same firmware. They both have the new ESC firmware. They both have RPM filtering turned on. They both have I had to wait for the bicycle. Here I'm sitting
Yeah,
there
I
ready
saw
to
that.
go, and I look at my goggles, and there's a bicycle riding right across in front of me. So I sat and waited for the bicycle.
Makes sense.
And you'll notice on this one that the RSSI is much lower, and there's a ton of video noise, motor
Mm.
noise, in the picture. So I made sure the
All right,
bicycle was
starting
out of
around
the
80
way.
and change, 88, 89.
Yeah, but you'll see it goes it. I mean, it's still flyable, but the other one was in
Right.
the 90s, and this is out in the 60s already. See, and I'm
Yeah.
not really far away from myself.
Nope.
And I noticed that there was all kinds of different lines in the video. Can you
Going
see them
across, yeah.
going in two
Di-
different directions? So
diagonal and down.
my thoughts on this one, Carlos, are there's a problem in one of the voltage regulators, or the capacitor is shot.
Right.
It's got a big capacitor. So I'm going to get all the other stuff done that I'm
Mm-hmm.
working on, and then I'll because this I'm going to have to take this all apart, and that means getting all those stuck screws out of there. But we'll get it working. I mean, it flies, but it just didn't fly as
Not the
nice
same.
as the,
Right.
and I just made a short flight. I said this just doesn't fly as nice.
Gotcha. Did you get the other stuff for the other stuff?
I did.
For the other quads?
I'm going to show
Oh,
you.
cool.
I'm going to show you.
That's
So
exciting.
there is the
Second job.
there is your second one, and that first one is a blast. It flies. It just flies great, and you got a good strong.
Want to hold on to it and
RF
fly for a while,
link.
you feel free.
No, I need something else to fly. I can't, that's the hardest decision I have to make. And I get up in the morning and I say, I'm going to go flying. And then
Which one?
it's like walking into a Baskin Robbins where they got 31 flavors.
Yes.
And
AZ,
you can't,
AZ Drone Dude is just saying hello to us.
I see
real
that.
quick.
How you doing, my friend? Good to see you, AZ Drone Dude. Yeah, it's like walking into a Baskin Robbins. You walk in, they got 31 flavors and you're crippled. You stand there going,
Which one? I don't know.
I
want
don't
them
know.
all.
Yet if they had vanilla or chocolate, it would be easy.
I'm with it. Yep.
So,
It's
Baduka's here.
Baduka.
How you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
Hang around and check out my new quads, Luis.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do now, Carlos, is I'm going to.
Did you ever take a picture of the mess while you were working
Oh
on
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Did you?
I did, and I meant to copy them from my cell phone onto the computer, and I didn't. So let me plug my cell phone in
Just so
here.
you know, you got a little blurry.
Oh.
Actually, a lot of blurry.
Yes. Let me see if I can find them here and show you these pictures. Give me 1
Yeah,
second, and I will.
While you do that, I'm going to say hello
go
to
in
Jaybird and Lutzat, who said
Do
hello to
that.
me earlier. Ray Kelly, Love and Beyond Drones, we already said hello to him. Four-Eyed Canine, Tomas, Metro, who else is here? Yeah, the usual suspects. I think I saw Pond
meant-
Noir earlier.
I meant
Hello,
to.
everyone.
I meant to copy these things over, and I think I got a bunch of pictures here. Let me just copy all these into a folder, and then I'll come back to that. Let me just create a new folder here.
Mitch, is it terribly difficult to put an SD card in these transmitters and get Amber to come up?
No, you just have to download that stuff
Right.
and replace the sound file. There's a file on the SD card called sounds,
Got
and
it.
you just get the Amber sound pack and just replace the regular OpenTX file with the Amber sound pack, and voila. So I just created this new, there it is.
Maybe you
I
can
just
do that
created
online
this new
one day.
folder.
Or maybe you can do it live, because I know Drone Bum was thinking of getting that on his controller.
Yeah, I kind of stay with the stock stuff on that. These guys.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to
these
put extra.
put these custom sound files in there, and they say things like, some sexy voice comes on and says,
Mhm.
"Hi, Mitch. darling. We're
Stud.
ready to fly. You know, stud. Yeah.
What's up, dude? No,
Oh
but it's
man.
good to
So
have
do
the
it.
low RSSI, the critical RS, the low the warnings every now and then. So when you fly away, it's good to have that, in my opinion. Anyway, love my
So
drones. Ed
why?
has joined us. He's coming in from flying his little
Oh,
new tiny hawk.
hey Ed, how you doing? So no,
He lost his tiny hawk a few days back.
yeah. You never did find that either, did you?
No, no, he showed me some pictures of what he had to walk through. Pretty jungle-like.
All right, Carlos. This is what it looked like.
Right.
I mean, look at that.
This
That's
is
your.
the 6-inch,
This
right?
is the 6 inch. This is the Armaton.
Right.
This card up on top here is the camera,
The
the
DVR,
camera
right?
card, and evidently he was getting so much noise from everywhere that he had not one but two capacitors soldered on here, and all the insulation on these wires was disintegrating. There's the receiver down there, and at any rate, that you can see in the front here, that's where he had the buzzer. It was. I'm amazed it didn't just smoke when you plugged it in. So that's what it
Dropped
looked
out of the
like.
sky a few times.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Now that same you're gonna love this. That same
Night
this
and
one.
day.
Well, yeah, night and day. It's not even quite night and day yet. Hang on, let me zoom out. This is what that quad looks like
Oh
now.
wow, it's completely cool.
It's nothing but
That's it, huh?
the frame and the
And the
motors.
short
And of
wires.
course, it had the ESCs out here, and it had so that's as long as the wires were, which of course presented a problem. So,
Overall, the frame seemed pretty solid still, right? No,
oh, the frame is like brand new, man. Look at
Yeah.
it; it's gorgeous. I
cool.
cleaned it up. I had half of New York State in there, you know.
Half a
But I
Cunningham
cleaned
Park. Yep.
we cleaned it up, and then here's your new quad,
Nice.
all ready to fly. All ready to fly. Look at it. If I take this and just throw it at it,
I wish.
as if by magic, it. Oh, look who we got here in the green room. We got somebody I haven't seen in a while. Our good buddy, Mr.
That's not
Rodney
true.
Bell.
Mr.
You just
Rodney Bell.
you just saw me the other night on Adrian's.
I
channel.
did, yeah, I did, but I meant in my live stream. I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, buddy?
I knew what you meant. I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Rodney, I
Good.
saw your exciting boat ride.
Oh
That was
man,
pretty cool. Where was this? What state? Is that Arizona?
No, that was actually in Oregon,
Oh, okay. Wow.
and it's the Rogue River, and the Rogue River runs 212 miles, coming down from I want to say the Cascade Mountain Range, and it runs through Oregon. And man, I tell you what, it is a beautiful river.
Look good. Look nice.
And those
Real-
jet boats are fast.
I
Yeah.
loved it. Rodney, just so you know, Baduga, Jay Bird, Above and Beyond Drones, and Ed Love My Drones are all saying I love you.
Everybody, Rod the Bod, according to Drone Bum.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Hello, everybody in the chat. Let me call those up here.
So hey,
So-
Ray, Carlos,
Listening.
here's what we got.
All right.
Unless you want to change the subject.
No, I like this much better.
Oh, this is the Rush tank
Oh, good.
VTX.
How many
Okay?
milliwatts does that
This,
go up to? The Rush?
800.
Nice. Nice.
And this is the new flight controller in that box. This is the new ESC in that box. This is a bag of old parts in that over there. In here is your run cam camera,
Got it.
and then we're also going to put the little
said LEDs.
Yeah, I got them here too somewhere.
Exciting.
Here is the little beeper with the battery,
yes.
and oh, here they are. These are what they call the race wires. They are LEDs that go in between the motor wires and the ESC. They look like this, and they'll sit right here. See, on the frame.
That's cool.
And they're not powered by the ESC, but there is another wire that goes from here to the flight controller, so you can program in Betaflight the blinking patterns, the colors. You can do all kinds of fancy stuff with them. But that solves the problem of the short motor wires, because we'll just solder the motor wires to here and set of wires from here to the flight controller. So that's going to be
cool.
pretty slick.
Yeah.
So that's going on there. So all this stuff is going to go back in there at some point.
So Mitch, you getting ready to build another drone?
Yes.
This is kind of, yeah. Carlos sent me a whole box full of. I want to be kind, Carlos. I don't want to
just be honest.
be too nasty. Be too nasty about. Oh, here's the receiver. I don't want to be too nasty about the shape that these things
the condition. Were in. Yeah.
Here's the top plate with the old VTX hooked to the thing. At any rate, all this stuff here is going back in the bag, because this will be my next project after the one I'm going to show you next, which is just about ready to fly. And that is your schizo.
So Mitch,
yes.
Basically what I thought I just heard you say is that Carlos sent you all his broken stuff.
Yeah, and I'm a nice guy.
Accurate.
And I'm fixing them for him. He's paying for the parts, and that's about it. That's all.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Mitch, question for you as well, Mitch. Which brand are those race wires, Mitch?
They're iFlight.
iFlight.
They're made by iFlight, and as a matter of fact, the flight controller has 4 plugs for the LEDs, and the race wires come with the wires with the plug on one end.
Can you show the race wires?
The iFlight. I just had them out.
I guess you missed it. Did you see them, Paduga?
Hang on, I'll get them. They're buried in here. Is this them? Here they are. Okay. So the race wires, they call them race wires. They're LED strips. They're sitting right now in a piece of heat shrink. But they're let me zoom in on them here. This is what they look like. There's 10 bright LEDs on them. Okay? And what you do basically is the 3 wires that come from your motor go to these 3 pads right here. Then 3 wires over here go to the ESC. Then there's a solder pad right over here. Well, actually, this would go towards the ESC. These little pads right here, these tiny little pads, are where you solder the
Wire.
These. Yeah, they give you these. They give you these.
Right.
Little wire, and then they'll go get soldered onto there, and then these will run back, and that little plug will plug right into one of the 4 on the flight controller, and then you program in Betaflight the LED control, and you can set it up to do all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah. So
a quick hello to Mr. Bob Casey. If
Hey,
anybody
Bob.
leaves, we
How you
understand.
doing?
But even though he's here, we
So-
should stay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bob.
This is we're talking about drone shit.
This
here.
is exciting.
This is good stuff. So at any rate, that is a complete drone here. Whoops. Let me.
You want to zoom out, maybe?
I need a bigger bag. Yeah, let me zoom out again. But now,
Paduga's outdated.
say what?
Paduga wrote down, I'm outdated. Guess this.
So this is Armiton. This is going to be a nice quad. Oh, I forgot to put
It's a
this.
6-inch Chameleon LR. Technically, that's what it's for.
Yeah, that's the 6-inch, but I'm going to test it with. I don't have 6-inch props. It'll fly fine with 5-inch
5
props
inches
to
fine,
test it
yeah.
out. Yeah, in fact, I probably would fly it with 5-inch props.
Yeah. Hi, Jody. Jody's here. He was
Oh,
probably the
Jody,
first
good,
one, right?
good to see you, man. Was worried
wasn't
about
here
Jody.
first?
No, he wasn't here at all until
Ooh.
recently. So good to see you. So anyway, that's that one. So let's put this back over here. And now, guys, now Carlos,
Let's see the 5-inch skid tail. Ooh, nice. I like where the antennas are. Flight controller, nice.
there's your antennas. The new the brand new flight controller stack. There's the Rush VTX mounted in there, and that's mounted on. Let me get it so you can see it. That's mounted on its own standoffs, so it's going to have a lot of cooling air both above it and below it. The antenna is really hooked up correctly
Nice.
with little
Wow, look at the
screws
back.
holding the. What's that?
What are those? The screws in between the antenna. You put that there? Oh, that was there. I don't
Well,
remember that.
the antenna comes with a flange
Oh, okay.
on it, and you put 2 screws in it to hold the flange. I don't know if you can see it, but
Yes, I see
there is
it
a
there.
flange. There is a flange on the back of that thing, and that ain't going anywhere. And
Nice.
that runs underneath and hooks right over to here on the VTX. And then talk about wires being. They give you this little cable, and
Just
that's
enough?
the length they
Jeez.
were. Yeah, exactly.
Just enough.
And that just goes across the top, and then the top. So this is ready to go. This basically, I just need to put the top plate on it. It fires
watch
up.
you
It's
fly
all.
it. That's great.
It's got all the new, just like the other stuff. It's got all the new firmware on the ESCs. It's got.
Ooh.
Holy
Wow.
mackerel, Paulie!
Wow.
Put this towards Carlos. Billy says $25. Thank you. Well,
Wow.
you thank him, Carlos.
Thank you. Yeah. That's great.
That's very, very nice of you, man. Very
I'll
nice.
have to reimburse him now. Anyway, a quick hello to Drone Days Bob, who joined us. If he wasn't here before, I'm not sure. Did I say
Oh,
hello to
hey,
Bob
Bob.
Casey, despite himself?
You
Just
did,
mentioning
and
that.
I think
All right.
I did too. Yeah.
Okay.
So this one, Carlos, this has got new motors. So this is basically almost all new. It's got
That's
new
exciting.
The motors were, it had a bad motor. The motors were shot. This got the iFlight Zing motors on it. It's got the iFlight flight controller. The Rush. This is the best VTX in the business. This Rush tank.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
smart audio works. Carlos.
That's
it
perfect.
works. It works. And
Are you going to set that low power VTX for me?
it's already set.
Oh,
It's
to
already
25
set.
and then to 8
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
Oh,
and we'll put it right up to 800, man, when you
Yeah.
arm it, and
Nice.
it'll go from 25 to 800. But this one,
Does that have
this
a
one
buzzer?
is-
It does, right?
no buzzer on this
Doesn't?
one. No, it
didn't have
there's
one?
not much. No, the only
Oh,
one that
okay.
had a buzzer was the 6-inch, was the other
Oh,
the other
okay.
Armiton. But this,
Can we get the ESCs to talk somehow?
yeah, they'll make the motors beep.
Oh, okay. That's what I mean. So I'll be able
Yeah,
to find it
yeah.
if it was in a tree
Yeah,
somewhere.
you'll be able to make the motors beep, but it just doesn't
Okay.
have an extra loud buzzer on it.
Oh, all right.
I don't know if you can see this, but I did manage. See the capacitor right here? I did manage to get that mounted
Oh, nice.
right in there. It's all I insulated it with some heat shrink, and I put a new XT60 cable on, nice short one. It's not going to get caught up in anything.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. This is going to be. I mean, take care. You better take care of this puppy right
I
here.
am. I'm going to
This
fly
is gonna
very,
be-
very, what's the
Yeah.
word? Conservatively.
respectfully.
Yes.
Well, yeah, not necessarily, but this is going to be a beautiful. It's a beautiful quad. Came out great. So it's almost all new. Unfortunately, there wasn't. We saved the camera, the antenna, and
the frame.
and the receiver. The receiver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I flashed this receiver with the new firmware too. So in the next day or two, I'll have this done probably tomorrow, and we'll take
Nice.
it out and and fly it. So that's number 4.
Let me just
quad.
read something real quick, Mitch. Bob Casey says, Carlos, I started my first flight with Tinyhawk and was all charged up, plugged battery in, and it started smoking. I unplugged it. I unplugged it. What does it say? And it burned the battery connection. Have to order batteries. Uh-oh.
It burned the battery connection.
Wow. And Ed says
man.
the Beep 5 beacon. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, Bob.
What happens if did you plug another battery in to make sure you didn't burn up the whole quad?
I guess he'll answer. What's the name of the
Tomas
VTX?
says, what's the name of that VTX? That VTX is called a Rush tank. It is without a doubt. I use they have a tiny tank. I use the tiny tank one in all my little teeny quads, which will go up to 350 milliwatts, and it's the size of your thumbnail. But this thing, I'm going to zoom in on it here so you can see it. It's called the Rush Tank. Ultimate. Tank 2 Ultimate. And what's also nice about it is that it has lights on the side here, right there, so you can see the push buttons. It has lights on that side, and it has push buttons. No, the lights are on this side, rather. I'm sorry. The lights are over here. And if you do have to change it with a button, the buttons are right out there on the side. You see these little buttons right
One
here.
channel, one frequency.
And what does that do?
This is the video transmitter. This takes the image from the camera in the drone
Sends it to the
and
Google.
mixes it through the flight controller with all the on-screen display information. It gives you all that all that information, and then sends that out this antenna to your goggles, and that's what you receive in your goggles. And this is an 800. This will do 25, 200, 500, and 800. Has 4 different power settings.
And that can all be changed on OS on Smart Audio, right?
Yeah, you can change it by the goggles if you want.
Cool.
Or we can. I'm going to have it set up to go from 25 when you're disarmed up to 800 when you're ready to go fly.
Perfect.
Because this thing will cool. It's going to cool very well. So that's going to be a nice. That's going to be a nice,
exciting.
Not only a nice flying quad, but a nice looking quad. And then here is
real
the final.
Real quick, Mitch. Ed suggested when flying Carlos's bird, fly it like you stole it.
Yeah, I already said I would. I told you that the other day. I said, no pressure, man. It's not mine. I fly it like I stole it, yeah.
Fly between the trees. That's the acrobat.
This is the acrobat, yeah. And basically, I
put
have
new motors on that, you said too, right?
No, the motors are okay. It had a
okay.
bad one of the ESCs was shot.
Gotcha.
So I had, and the flight controller that it had was a real old version of the Mamba, but much older than I've seen. So since we had to get a new ESC, I just got a new stack for it with a new ESC. The same stack that's in the Japaleras, it's a good stack, the little mini Mamba F405. So I have a bag of parts right now.
Nice.
For this thing, and
Waiting
get the
to
new
turn
flight
into
controller in, and solder up the motors and put it all back together, and that'll be it.
That's
I
exciting.
hope you don't have any. You don't have another closet full of this stuff.
No.
I hope you don't.
I was actually going to send you my Tinyhawk race, but I said no, that would kill him. Because the antenna,
I can't fit.
the antenna
What is
came
it?
off.
What is it? Oh, the antenna. Yeah, I've already been down
Stuff
that
right
route.
through that one. Yes, I know.
Yeah. Oh man. So anyway, that's where we are on.
That's exciting,
your
and thank
repairs.
you. That's so cool.
Yeah, fly it like I stole it.
Oh, the last thing I wanted to ask you, the controller QX7, does that do D8 as well as D16?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I like about this is the older Free Sky, not the one that has the access protocol, which is where they did away with the D8 and screwed everybody up.
Right.
So you can fly this for the next 20 years without changing anything.
Right.
It's just every time now on this transmitter, Carlos, in on the SD card, there's a folder called firmware. And in that folder is all the firmware for a XM Plus, an RSXR, and an R9 receiver. It should, which you should, whenever you get, if you ever get a new receiver, a new D16 receiver, you want to always flash it to that firmware, and it works great.
That'll be another show to show me.
Another show, yeah. Yeah. But no, you saw the difference in the first Chapelera flight that I did. This was, if you remember, this was the one I did. This was the one I did before.
Any changes?
Before I flashed it. Now this is the same receiver. If you notice down there in the corner, it's gone 90, 80. See, but that was. Oh no, this was today's flight. Hold on a second. Here it is. This is
Original.
This is the original. Yeah. It didn't have any RSSI. No, because you have to flash the firmware. But look at the noise.
Oh,
look
trust
at the
me,
difference in the noise and the VTX. Look. I didn't get 100 feet away from me, and it was already, the signal was all ready to, the video was ready to drop, and the.
I know the feeling.
Now I'm using the same VTX, so I just upped the power. But you see the thing is failsafe.
That was, I was just going to say that's a failsafe.
Right out there in front of me. Now this is, Carlos, it's the same receiver, same transmitter, just the new firmware, just the upgraded firmware on it. And instead of getting fail-safes at 100 yards, now you got 90 something RSSIs. Yeah.
I can fly with confidence.
Yeah, we didn't spend any money. We didn't put anything new in these Chapeleras.
Right.
Not a dime. It was just a matter of upgrading the firmware and cleaning it up a little bit.
And those antennas can be replaced now. They all come in and out, right? Remember there was an issue there you had mentioned that the antennas on the Japs, weren't they stuck or
they're still stuck? Yeah, they're glued in.
Oh, we can't ever replace them?
Well, you could, but you'd have to get a blowtorch and a jackhammer out,
Really? Uh-oh.
No, you'd wreck something. You'd tear up the whole connector trying to get them off of there. So you'd have to replace the whole. You'd have to get a whole new pigtail right from the VTX itself on out to a new SMA connector in the back.
You don't want to get involved in that? Rather not?
You don't need to. Those antennas are great. I like those big long antennas. Okay. Yeah, they work super. Yeah.
I'm just worried if it ever falls off, if I go past a tree or something.
It's not going to fall off. It can't get them off. That whole drone will be gone before those antennas are stuck there till you trash
it's
them.
Part of the frame, so to speak.
Yeah. Robert Glazier, how you doing? Who else did I miss? I said hi to Ed. Jody's here. Yes, everybody. I got a nice little crowd here tonight. 27 people. Good to see you. So Rodney, how you been feeling lately, man?
I've been doing good.
No more problems?
Huh?
No more. It's like a new lease on life for you, was it?
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
Well, that's good. It's a shame you had to go through it, but it's a great outcome. Sounds like.
Well, yeah. You know what? When I started back to work, I wasn't allowed to lift 10 pounds. But when that got over, I felt like I was young again, because I was lifting boxes that 2 months before, if I lifted a box and walked 10 feet, I was out of breath.
I imagine.
And I'm doing good. I guess that's the best thing I could say. So.
Well, you had to. Yeah, I mean, the whole community went through the whole thing with you. Of course, we didn't feel the pain, but we were all right there with you.
Well, you know what? That's what I like about this drone community. I had so many people texting me and sending me messages on Facebook Messenger, and then when I did the couple of live streams, everybody was just so supportive, and I really appreciated it. So.
Yeah, well, that's good to see you're doing good.
Quick hello
Dan.
to Mr. Indigo Rhino, Ryan, who joined us.
Hey,
What's up?
Indigo Rhino, how you doing?
Hey,
You know,
Indigo
Dan,
Rhino, I haven't seen him in a while.
no, not for a while.
The,
Mitch, can you explain how do you configure two ESC and a flight controller for an octocopter? Yeah, I can explain that to you, but let's do that on Sunday in the FPV workshop. It's not complicated. You just basically have to you have 8 ESCs, so each one of them just has to have a signal wire going to the flight controller to one of 8 different channels, so the flight controller can control it, and then you configure the whole mess in the flight controller where you'll choose the layout of the quad and tell it which motor sticks up, which motor sticks down, whether it's on which arm, and once you get it set up, the flight controller basically is controlling 8 separate motors through 8 separate ESCs, which just happen to be mounted on 2 ESC boards if you have 4-in-1 boards. There, that's the quick answer to that. Something I've never done, but in theory, it's not too hard. So how about you all heard about Dan, drone worship?
I was
He's
watching
going
him.
through some real hell
Did I
right now.
understand they've taken a spleen out? Is that what I understood?
Well, no, they didn't take it out. They killed it inside of him, and they basically just
Oh,
killed it with chemicals or something, and now it's going to shrivel up and die on its own. But he's in amazing pain until that stops. Yeah, so he's not doing too well, but that's not stopping him from live streaming. He was
yeah,
he was yeah.
I saw
If
that.
we don't hear, we'll know it's bad, really bad. If we don't hear from him for 3 or 4 days, then we'll know if he's too sick to live stream. But man, I feel for the guy. He's too young to be gone. He's
He's only 30 some odd years old, 33, 34.
Yeah, it's way too young to be going through that stuff. Why wouldn't they? Bob Casey says, why wouldn't they just remove the spleen? That was my first thought, Bob. But because I know that's a very common thing, especially in car accidents, motorcycle accidents. You get a ruptured spleen, out it comes. But I don't know. That's why they're doctors.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey,
Yeah.
anyway, guys, I'm going to have to go. I just wanted to pop in and say hi. I hadn't been on your
Yeah.
streams in a while.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Good to see you, Rodney. And
Yeah. Carlos,
care of
good
yourself.
seeing you again, too.
Nice to see you, sir. That was a great boat ride. I didn't leave a comment, but I did watch your video.
There's going to be one more video coming out, and hopefully, if I can find them, I'm going to show all the clips where I'm getting wet.
I like the one where he skids out. He does the fishtail.
oh,
That's
that'd be
pretty
worth
cool.
watching. Yeah.
You know, that was so fun. Those jet boats, they turn on a dime anyway, but he'd swing out, he'd swing out this way, and then all of a sudden we're just doing a 180. And it is just like the bow doesn't move, it just pivots right where it's at.
Right.
And if you're sitting on the edge like I was, that first turn I almost got wet, but
Life jackets, I hope. Everybody has one.
I'm sorry?
You guys were wearing life jackets, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to wear life jackets because we were getting into the whitewater rapids, which really wasn't.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you allowed to say that nowadays? Haha, just kidding.
Oh, here.
Well,
Never mind.
don't
Don't even go there.
Never mind. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Rodney.
we
I
should
couldn't
probably
resist.
leave that one alone.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, buddy.
Y'all take care, man.
Nice to see you.
Everybody
you
in the
too.
chat, have a good evening. Love y'all. Bye.
Take care.
All right. Good to see you.
Keep smiling. Sorry, Mitch. It's just there.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I know. Well, Art's not here yet, so somebody has got to fill in as the resident comedian.
Right.
Joe Blaylock's in the house. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. So
Anytime,
nobody.
I'll be
That's
working
good to
on
see
it.
Rodney. I hadn't seen him. I send him invitations most of the time, and I never get these guys that use Facebook to send out the invite. I don't do Facebook. I have an account,
How about
And
Messenger?
I have, no, I just don't mess with Facebook. I don't like Facebook. I
I
don't like
don't.
the people at Facebook. I don't like the politics of Facebook. I don't
Oh,
want
I
anything to
understand.
do with them. I have a Facebook page primarily, and a couple of times, I've tried Instagram, but that's the same company. So I just don't want anything to do with those people. I don't want to support them in any way. I don't care about them. And a lot of the guys, of course, their main method of communicating. I know that Adrian last night on his live stream, Adrian Mateo said, I sent you a link, Mitch, and I'm waiting for the email. I didn't get the email. And he said, I sent it on Facebook. And it took me 10 minutes
To look
to
for it.
find out where it was, because I never use
Yep.
Facebook. So I found the link and went on to his stream. And
Yeah.
for,
The only
for a
reason I
little
did
while.
Facebook is to communicate with Ed through Messenger. Other than that, I don't do anything with books. Reminds me of school. I didn't like school. Anyway, who joined us
Yeah.
just now? John Cooper.
Roland.
Just saying, and
Roland.
I
Oh,
don't care
John
about
Coopy.
Roland. Roland's a troublemaker. But hi, John.
Oh,
John
we
Cooper.
love Roland. I was watching. I was sitting. I didn't say anything in the chat because I was on my cell phone. I didn't feel like saying hi to everybody on the,
Oh, I know it's pain in the ass.
because they say hi to you and then you don't say hi back. They think you're a snob. So, but I watch almost every day. I tune in, Roland. I tune into Little League Drone TV. It's entertaining and like the music, and sit out there, smoke a cigar, and watch other guys fly FPV. How can we communicate with Mitch besides Messenger? Pete Nunez says. Well, email. oldguyinadrone@gmail.com.
Easy enough.
Other than that, I don't like to text. I don't like to type. I like to talk. So
Oh, I
people
talk
that
text
need
all the time. If you see me doing this,
No, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I like to talk. If I'm going to
no, I
communicate with
understand.
somebody, it's a phone call. I'm
with you.
not of that. I'm old, and I still think
No, I'm
talking
with
is
you.
the best way not to have misunderstandings. You can have such misunderstandings with text. You might you might text and try to be cute, and it's taken the wrong way, and somebody gets insulted, and nah,
You're right.
not really. So John Coopy, how you doing, buddy? Saw you on Bill Live by the Lake show
Something
last
tells me you
night.
don't do
And
MySpace, right?
oh no, none of that stuff. I had
Yeah, I
an
didn't think so.
Instagram when I had my cigar company. I did Instagram, and I got up to about thousands of followers, cigar smokers and customers that were following me,
Wow.
and I would post like 8 times a day. But
Huh.
that was part of the business,
Right.
it was a way of if we were going to have a sale on something out on Instagram, and it was useful. But
Right. That's a
Love
marketing
My
tool.
Drone says I type OK in a real keyboard. Yeah, these stupid cell phone keyboards, and that's the problem. I'm sitting out on my patio watching somebody's live stream, and I go on, and you can't do that at key. To, in the first two
Oh, yeah.
letters to have the whole channel name come up, and some of these guys have channel names this long. So
Texting is for
and yet if
information.
it's a busy stream and you got a lot of chat going on, and you just say hi to somebody by their first name, it's very easy to miss that,
Right.
because you got to make a decision. You either want to watch the show, or you want to stay buried in your cell phone like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're buried in your cell phone chatting and typing on a tiny little chat, you miss the whole show.
Yep. No,
So
you're right. But
yeah,
Fluoride made a good point. Texting is for information, not conversation. I agree.
I agree. I agree. And these kids today, you'll see four young girls in a car, and they're the girls in the back seat are texting the girls in the front seat.
It's probably
I'm
true.
not joking. That's not a joke. That's for real. They
No,
don't
the
even know how to
sad
talk
part
anymore.
is you see people out for dinner, or like 3 or 4 people at a dining room. Well, I don't know about now, but and they don't talk to each other. They're all doing this.
No,
looking at
they're
their
all
phone.
everybody is buried in their phone like this.
I go to
And
doctors' offices. The parents with sick kids, they don't even look at their sick kids. They're on their phone. And the
no,
kids
they're
all
on their
that
phone. Yeah.
boogie
What
nose
the
and all
hell?
that.
I was
It's so
wondering what
sad.
the hell is Agent K's funny, man. He's got a good sense of humor. He says, "Sorry, what were you saying, Mitch? I was typing in the chat." Yeah, the art of conversation is gone. That's one of the reasons I kind of enjoy these live stream chats and panels. Is you actually get a chance to talk to people.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
It's true.
But if I'm on my computer, which I don't stay out, I don't watch live streams on my computer. If I watch them, if there's something that's going to come on, like say I want to watch Ken Herron's show, I'll either go on Roku and load YouTube on Roku and watch it. And if I want to keep up with the chat, I'll watch that on my cell phone.
Right.
But if you're on a computer, it's okay. It's much easier to type in the chat because you can hit that @ key, 2 letters, and then a tab, and put the whole name right into your message. So what else is new, man? Is just the two of us
Reading
here
this
tonight?
chat.
Come
Reading
on,
this
guys! I
chat.
sent out a whole bunch of invitations.
Somebody come and
Don't
sit
be
with
bashful.
us.
Yeah, don't be bashful.
Texting and
Ray
driving.
Kelly likes Twitter. Yeah, the only thing I like about Twitter is that they haven't banned Trump yet, which still just amazes me. But they're another one. All of these social media companies are so political, and
They're trying to change that. I
stuff-
saw, what was it, a lady from Tennessee, senator or somebody from Tennessee? Is it Proposition something 230 or 130 or Bill 230, where they have to stop the what's the word? Like
the
they
censoring.
decide. Yes, the censoring.
They decide. Yeah, they
right,
decide what's a lie and what's the truth.
right.
Now, that's
Should
crazy
just be out
in this
there and
day
let us
time.
decide what's truth and lie.
Yeah,
That's what I
because
think.
see, those platforms enjoy tremendous protection under the laws against being sued and against being responsible for the content, because they're supposed to not be a publisher. They're not supposed to editorialize. They are supposed to be like a park.
Just a
If you have
place
a park and somebody puts up a podium and people come and stand up at that podium and say their piece, the park is not responsible
Right.
because they have no control. But if the park starts to pre-screen the speakers, require them to give them a copy of their speech, tell them what they can and can't say, and downright ban some of them from the park, then they're not a platform anymore. They are
Right.
a publisher. And publishers can be sued for slander, libel, and every other thing. And yet the laws protect Facebook and Twitter because
really
they
worried
claim,
about it.
well, we're just a repository of stuff from people that can do and say whatever they want. But that's not true.
No,
These people are banned, censored,
demonetized.
demonetized. They're the biggest tool that these social media companies have is whether your video gets recommended to anybody. In other words,
Algorithms.
when you're looking through your stream, if somebody's video isn't recommended to anybody, it's not going to get any views. It's going to go nowhere. And they have algorithms that and that they certainly have keywords that they're looking for. They certainly have people that they just demonetize because they're conservative. And
Yep.
if anybody thinks they're not biased, then they claim they're not biased. They claim
Yeah.
they're just, but
Crap.
that's nonsense. It's like saying CNN isn't biased. How
Quick
stupid.
question. Quick question,
to
which I
be.
think I know the answer to. John Coopy, Mitch, have you tried any folding props? And a quick hello to EVR.
No, John, I haven't. I haven't tried any folding props, and I honest to God, don't see.
The
I don't
advantage?
I don't see the need for them. The only advantage I can see to them is if you want to throw a quad in your backpack. You don't have the props all sticking out to get caught on everything and maybe get destroyed and bent. But I just haven't had the opportunity. I don't have anything against them. From what I hear and some of the reviews I've seen on them, the guys seem to like them. But it's just
What is the
more moving
advantage? In
parts.
case you hit a tree? That's about it.
Well, they say,
Kids?
they say that no, it's still going to cut you. Think about
no,
weed
not
whacker.
you. I'm saying a tree or something. Is it
Well,
going to be
think
less?
anything spinning fast. The Mavic has folding props, Mavic 2s, and
Right.
but think about a weed whacker. That's a piece of string. You get anything going fast enough, it's going to
That'll
cut
hurt
the
you.
shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to hurt you.
It
Jim
falls.
Fan and Dow.
It falls
Yeah,
out
I
of
don't
a
know,
tree.
John. How about you? Have you tried them yet? EBR. How you doing, Erwin? Good to see you.
The advantage is it falls out of a tree.
And Brian, BMAC Aerials here. Good to see you, Brian. How you doing?
EBR, you didn't see my new drones that Mr. Mitch is fixing. All of them, actually.
Okay. Well, we'll show.
Let's
I'll
show
show 'em-
EBR.
I'll show
EBR
'em-
and Koopy would appreciate those.
Yeah, I'll show
Hang
them
in there,
the.
EBR.
I'll show them the.
That's the 5-inch.
This is the what is
Schizo.
it? The Schizo. Yeah.
Schizo Nova.
Anyway, this is the
Dinosaur feet.
this is where it is at it's just about done. It's got we put new motors on it. Put the Zing motors on it. It's got an iFlight stack, same stack as I put in this put in my Cinewhoop. It's got a Rush Tank Ultimate V2 800 milliwatt VTX on it. The camera, it had a good camera in it. It has got that big ass Rotor Riot, the Rotor Riot run cam.
Nice.
Camera looks pretty good, but just tore it all apart right down to the frame and rebuilt it, and it ought to be a pretty nice flying
Minnesota
quad.
Ball.
Still got the XM Plus receiver in it, but I flashed new firmware in it, and that new firmware seems to work really good
Really well.
on one of the other quads of his. So anyway, that's where we are on that.
EBR says that the new props make it easier to come out of a tree or get unstuck. Minnesota Paul says,
That might be a good point. That might be a good point.
Minnesota Paul has a question.
I
Is this
suppose
new?
down the road I'll probably end up trying one of them, but haven't had the opportunity. I haven't seen any. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna buy any. Haven't bought any yet. So
Minnesota Paul's question, do you see it or you want me to read it? Is this
No,
new
go ahead.
CZ F3P 4D
variable
variable
for
pitch
fixed
propellers?
wing. Oh my God. They've been fooling with these variable pitch props for fixed wing airplanes for a long time, especially. And there's all different. There are variable pitch that you set where the hub has little splines in it, and you open the hub up and set them where you want them, and then clamp it down, and it stays there. And it's not in-flight adjustable. But then there were some guys that came out with props like the real airplanes have, the variable pitch propellers that can actually in flight the blades can be moved. I have not fooled with any of them at all.
Quick hello to Mr. Chris Hope, who joined us.
Chris
House of Hope.
man, up and
I think he should
budding
join us too, and I'd like to hear about his flying experience. Drone
Yeah,
Bum should
come on in,
join us
Chris.
and tell us about his
Yeah,
flying
Paulie,
experience.
come on in, buddy.
John Koopy could tell
I'm
us
beginning to
about
get a
his-
complex. I'm getting a
his little
complex
airplane.
here, guys.
Did you see the little
I'm getting a
airplane that John
complex.
Koopy did?
What?
John Koopy did a little review on some small airplane. It takes off
No, I didn't.
vertically and all. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
All right, what's your complex about? Tell them.
My complex is that nobody likes to come and play here. I mean, I go to some of these other streams, and there's 10 guys trying to get in.
Chris said, give me a few. Waiting on
Okay.
Paul. I want to hear Paul talk about his flying experience.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, you know what,
did you
Paul?
see-
Wait a minute, Paul. We should discuss that camera that you had an issue with just the other day. Remember, I had texted you about Paul's camera. He arms the drone and it goes into what do they call that? Snow. But when he starts it, he has a picture. So that was his issue. Maybe he can share.
Well, if it goes to snow, it's the VTX. Okay. Because if it's just the camera, you'll have a black screen with your OSD on it. Like it'd be like putting a lens cap on your camera. Here he is,
Did you hear?
Broken.
Go ahead.
What?
Oh, did you see what Ed wrote? Troublemaker. Says you got 25
You got
people.
25
Quit whining.
Quit whining.
Such an Ed. Drone Bum. How are you, Drone Bum?
I'm doing great, thanks, guys. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Paul, how
I'm
you
eating
doing,
dinner.
buddy?
I think you have a little food on the left lip there. You might want to wipe.
I'm gonna have a little more in a minute. Sorry, you can only lower it so we don't have an echo. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Get rid of the echo.
Yeah, and you turn your phone sideways too. So
Okay, let me do that and get my remote. I'm sorry, guys. I'll
there you
mute
go.
myself
Yeah.
for a minute.
We got.
So then
See,
he
now
has
all
to-
of a sudden I said nobody likes me. Now everybody's coming in. Hey, Ray.
Mr. Ray Kelly,
Hey.
where's your Trump hat? I missed it.
How's everybody?
Good. How
How
you
are
doing,
you, sir?
buddy?
Good, good, good. I took off my Trump hat.
I don't know why.
No, you can wear it here. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're friendly here. Yeah. Mitch, what was wrong? Jody wants to know what was wrong with the cam on the Zod. Okay, I will as soon as.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
there he is.
Art's here.
Yeah,
Paulie's,
here.
Paulie's back.
How you
Now we
doing?
got a crowd.
hey,
now we
Paulie.
got now
Hey,
we got
Art,
a
what's
party.
up, buddy?
Paulie.
Ray, how are you,
Hey.
pal?
Now
Everybody
we
in the
got
chat?
a party.
Hey,
So, Drone Bum,
Right.
you want to talk to Mr. Mitch
Carlos.
about your issue? Hi, Art.
Mitch. All right. I am
yeah, I'll let
a
him know what
driving person now. Got my car.
I hear that. Did you get your fuel pump fixed?
You know what? It wasn't the fuel pump.
What
It
was
was a wire that shorted out on the engine. My neighbor, who I left the key and told him that when the fuel pump comes, go ahead and put it in. Well, he discovered that there was a wire over by the alternator that was touching some metal, and that's what was shorting out. And he just took some zip ties and made it so it won't be a problem. He jumped it. Works
Wait,
great
zip ties
now.
in a hot motor? Plastic zip ties? Is that okay?
Yeah. That's
Well,
okay.
the
You
place
can't
where he
melt those
put
things.
it is
Oh, okay.
far away from the engine. So,
I'm not a mechanic.
John Coopy, good to
So
see you.
John Coopy said you were orbiting yourself. What was that
Yep.
in the video that I saw the other day?
Yeah,
Yeah,
mhm.
Oh, okay.
he's good.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
flying around my living room.
Oh, yeah.
flying around.
You keep it up, Art. Just you and
Yeah.
and Chris Hope's doing good too. Just keep it up, man. Just keep.
I don't know.
flying.
Is Chris Hope doing good? Does he have any footage? If there's no footage, it doesn't.
haven't
It
seen
didn't
it.
happen.
Okay.
It never happened.
That
Just
never
for the
happened.
record.
So somebody asked me, was it Jody asked me about the I had a camera go out. I had said on this little thing. Did you all see my little video
I
I
saw
posted today? The
Yep.
maiden
No,
flight
I
of this
haven't
little
yet.
puppy.
That's a
Yeah.
cool
I
little
didn't see it.
plane.
It took
Isn't
you
it?
four.
Look at the size of it. Look at the size of this thing. It's just teeny, and
It's a cute little muffin.
it is. And so what happened was, it's the field is soaking wet in the morning. The grass is so wet, and after 3 failed hand launches, it kept landing in the grass. It got soaking wet, and then when I finally did get it up in the air, I was flying line of sight without the goggles. It was the first maiden flight, so
Right.
I was just up there flying it. I didn't want to fly at FPV. And I asked one of the guys to take a look at the monitor that I had set up and tell me whether it was getting a good video feed. And he comes back and he says to me,
Nada.
"There's no picture. I see the on-screen display, all the letters, so I knew that the VTX was working. But
You
the
didn't take the lens
water
cap
had gotten the water had gotten into the camera here,
Uh-oh.
and it's broke. Good news is they're only $14 and
Yeah.
change for these little tiny cameras. But
Mhm.
so I had another one. So what I did on the new one is I took what they call conformal coating. Have you ever heard of that? Conformal coating is used to waterproof electronics. It's a clear, thick substance that you paint on, and it just fills
Right.
up all the gaps, and it makes electronics waterproof.
Oh.
If you know your quads are going to be getting wet a lot, you want to put conformal coating on the ESCs on the flight controller. So I took the brush and I tore it has a little plastic cover. I took the back cover and threw it away off the circuit board. I gooped up the whole circuit board. I gooped up the gaps between the circuit board where the wires come out.
Right.
And I think that I could probably take that camera now and dip it in water, and it would probably still work.
It would.
So and then I put the new camera in the nose of this thing. So
Cool.
hopefully now we'll have it. So yes, Jody, that's what happened. The water did creep in the camera, and I went and looked at the replay of the DVR from the goggles feed, and what happened as soon as the thing got airborne, the camera went out. So it probably had a bunch of water up underneath the camera, and as soon as the wind hit it, it blew it all in there, and it shorted out something in the camera.
Nope.
So at any rate,
Could have
try
been
that
worse
kind of
though,
stuff.
Rick. You could have crashed, you know, Mitch. Could have been a lot worse.
Well, I wasn't
did
flying
crash.
I wasn't flying through the camera. I was flying at line of sight, like you fly an RCF. So I didn't even know the camera was out.
Yep.
But we don't crash, Ray.
Oh, okay.
It's not an option. It's not an option.
Hey, Paul, looks like you found a razor.
He looks
Oh,
good,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought you looked a little different, man.
How to make the wife
I
happy.
told,
Sure.
I told him I can't be hanging out with an old guy that looks really old. So
Yeah, Carlos made me do it.
You look 5 years younger, Paul.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate
Yes, sir,
that.
Paul.
now he's tolerable. I mean, no, you look good. Drone Scott said flex seal on your quad.
That'll work,
Yeah,
I guess, huh?
No, not flex seal.
No, don't use
Trying to
flexi.
get black.
You could no. The thing about this conformal coating is it's designed to paint on electronics, and I think it conducts heat away as well. It doesn't keep the heat in because some of the stuff gets pretty hot.
Yeah.
So it
I need to
works- it
dip
works
my
pretty
whole
good.
drone in that.
Yeah. Speaking of your camera, so what happened? Tell me about what happened to your camera.
I'll be back. All right, watch the chat for me. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
I don't know exactly what happened, Mitch. It just it's the second I get a VTX, I get a video feed. It looks beautiful. I get it on my. I have two sets of goggles. It works on both. I use the Sky Droid, so I have an image on that as well. The second I hit arm, it goes away. I get static, and it won't come back. I tried searching for it, won't come back until I
Did you get-
unplug the battery, restart the drone, have my video feed back. But the second I arm it, gone.
Every time, and that's on the Tinyhawk, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Ah.
that's the same problem I had on my Easy Fly Tinyhawk.
And what
Okay,
and
how
what
do
did you
we
do to
fix it?
solve? What did you do to solve the problem?
I got a new drone
That's what I did.
because I think we talked that it might have been the VTX on the board.
Yeah,
might
I
have
think the
caused-
I think the VTX or Paul, there you might have a bad motor, you might have a bad ESC. As soon as you throw those things, you turn those things on. What if you got a problem? It might draw too much current, suck the voltage way down, and the VTX just shuts itself off. So it could be anything, and to troubleshoot that would be very tough in that little drone, considering the entire thing is like although it does have a separate VTX board, tiny little thumbnail sized VTX board in there. But I
tiny.
think now, would it fly? Would the
Yes.
motors run enough? And it would still fly. You just have no.
No visual. I just can only fly a
then-
line of sight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Yeah,
the
same
obvious. The obvious thing would be to swap out the VTX in it and see if that didn't fix it, or just buy a new one. You know, some of these things are just not worth
Yeah,
well-
fixing. They're so inexpensive.
You
Yeah,
guys-
I have another one. I bought another one. I had a spare. Carlos recommended I have a spare. I'm like, that's not a bad idea the way I go through drones. So
Yeah.
now I'm on my third.
I got Chris Hope here in the chat, but it says device is not connected, which means that. Here he is. Okay.
Ah,
Come on, son.
hey,
Chris, How you doing,
Now
buddy?
we're all full of hope.
Full of it. You're full of it.
full
Y'all
of,
full of hope.
full of something. Yeah. Hi, Chris.
Now, do you guys flying the FPV? Do you find it easier to fly it with the goggles or without them?
Oh, with
With.
the goggles.
Oh, with.
Yeah, I think with the goggles.
It's tough to fly a
Absolutely.
drone. When you fly an airplane line of sight, it's easy to see where the front of the airplane is and the back of the airplane
Yeah.
and the wings. You know, you can see it's an airplane. A drone looks like a little square thing. You can't tell which way it's going when you look
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah.
The guys that fly them line of sight, you can really whip them around, but you have to always in your mind
No.
know what you've done and which way it's going. Because if you take your eye off of it and look back at it and try to figure out where the front is and where the back is, sometimes they
well,
put
they're
different
so
color
small
lights.
too, right?
Yeah, they're
tiny.
too small. But if you want to see something amazing, find some videos on YouTube of these guys that fly these things line of sight, 100 miles an hour, whipping around crazy.
Well,
They're
it's
the same
basically
guys
what you
that
do
fly
with
the
the
3D
airplane.
helicopters that do all those strange flip-flop maneuvers.
Okay.
Yeah.
The way you
They-
fly
they-
the
they're-
airplanes is basically the same thing. You have to have really good eyesight for that. I mean, I understand
Yeah,
that you
but-
can tell front from back easier, but still,
Mhm.
that's impressive just to fly line of sight more than 100 yards from you.
Well,
That'd be
that thing that I posted today, let me see if I can.
Hey, Chris, while he's looking, when are we going to see some footage of your flying?
Yes, sir.
I want to see some footage of your flying.
You need to tell me how to get my SkyDroid to work on my Android phone that I don't know anything about.
Paul,
You
It
just
should
got to
be-
download the. You
gotta-
got to download the app.
what's
Yeah.
the name of the app, Paul?
Go FPV.
No, SkyDroid. It's called SkyDroid.
Go. Well, I
Wait.
did the SkyDroid, Mitch, and it's
Okay.
this is what it says. Please connect.
Yeah,
It's
you
connected.
plug your SkyDroid in. You got to
It's
plug your SkyDroid in.
All right, now press a button, Chris. Just curious. Press one of those buttons. Press and hold
It
the
is
button.
plugged in. Okay.
But press and hold the button. See if anything happens. On the sky.
Negative.
Nothing? Okay.
Okay.
Negative.
And
Nothing.
the,
I
now,
flew with this thing for 2 hours last night.
try a different. That's the wire that they gave you. You have any other one just by any chance? Same wire?
Nope.
USB to USB. Oh,
But this is working.
It should
But this
work.
is working because when I disconnect it,
Mm.
it went away.
No, it's still
Plug
there.
it in. Yeah, but look underneath it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
so try that app
See what
that.
I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Try the app that.
I use
Mr.
a different app.
Yeah.
What's your app, Paul? What's it called?
Go FPV.
Go. Okay, I'll go FPV.
And the second I plug in the SkyDroid, it turns on. And
Yeah, mine works on my phone. Works fine with the SkyDrive. Plug it in. Although I never use it. I don't. I use it only up here in the studio where I plug it into the computer.
Have you tried
But
it
I
in a
haven't.
computer, Chris?
No, I haven't. I tried it on another Android phone and it worked fine, but I couldn't get the footage off the dang thing. So this is my wife's old.
Well,
record?
it
I
may
screen
be. It
record.
may be that you have to. There's, on these phones when you plug some USB in, sometimes you get a message, a notification
allow
that
it.
says, "What do you want to do? You
Oh,
want to
that's right.
transfer files? Do you want to do?" It may be that the USB on that is blocking it, and you need to open it up somehow.
You know what he's talking about, Chris?
Yes, but I didn't get any of that.
Okay.
You didn't get any notifications or anything that said.
Go FPV, right, Paul?
let me
Yeah,
double
give that
check.
a try.
I lose you. I'll be right back.
That's all right. Stay right there.
We'll be here.
He just
Oh,
doesn't know
right.
if it's the right one or it doesn't. Is it?
Tell you in a second. I still got you guys. I believe it's called Go FPV. I gotta find the app. It comes on automatically now, so I don't even know. I don't
Brian
even
says,
see it no
Yeah,
more.
we got a bunch of. Is this in lieu of a DVR on the goggles? Joe Blaylock is saying.
Yes, Go
No.
FPV. That's it.
Yeah, usually, Joe, the guys who use a SkyDroid to be able to capture the video stream from the FPV drone to do something with it, like broadcast it out on a live stream or.
Actually, you can actually put that into those Mambo goggles. You know, the kind of box where you put your phone in and split the screen.
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
That's what SkyDroid is also for, I believe.
Steve Carpenter's here. How you doing, Steve?
Steve.
Good to
Have
see
you ever
you.
seen those?
TV.
The Parrot Mambo goggles that you just snap a phone in the middle
Well,
of them?
there's a lot of goggles where you just
Yeah.
open them up,
Yeah.
put the phone in there, and use your phone as the goggle screen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the whole, because I know he's familiar with Parrot, it actually came with the goggles, the drone, and I think it comes with the camera too.
Cool.
I know he likes his.
So while we're waiting for Chris to do that, I'll show you. We were talking about flying airplanes line of sight. This is from the video I posted today. This tiny little thing, and you think that was not real hard to see. I had to keep it in real close, but and what I did when I edited this video is I in Premiere Pro I kept zooming in on the airplane so you could even see it, and I zoomed in so far that it actually it actually got fuzzy.
Oh.
This is the wrong
Quick
video.
hello to
Let me
That's
get
Mr.
like
Steve.
Fauci throw.
Steve Carpenter. Hello, Steve.
Here we
Hi,
go.
Steve.
I'll show you.
Hey, Paul. Is that it?
Yep, that's it. Same picture.
There we go. So I don't know if you guys can even see it, right? You know, you have.
We see it a little
once
bit.
I started zooming in, you can see the airplane a little better.
Yeah, we see a lot of grass. There we go.
There it
there
is.
it is.
There it is.
Airplanes do.
So this
Sort of,
little
right?
this tiny little thing moves. I mean, it gets up and goes.
Does the
So
what do they call it? Does it give you the information of how fast it's actually going on your OSD?
on the goggles it does, but I wasn't looking in the
Oh, okay.
goggles. I was basically
Oh,
just flying
nice.
it, and because it was so small, I was just flying tight figure eights in front of me. But you have no problem telling where the front of the airplane is. You can see that, you know, and that's the
Right,
point of
yeah.
that's what I wanted to show you. You have no doubt where the front of this thing is.
Oop.
It was very tough to try to edit and keep it zoomed in the frame.
Did you keyframe that, Mitch, or you just tried to?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't want to spend all day, you know.
Yeah.
So most of the time, I managed to keep it in the frame. But the zoom was moving left, right, in and out, every which way. I was shooting at. I had a GoPro on my head, in one of those headband mounts.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
There's another airplane out there, right?
Yeah, that was Pete. That was Pete Nunez flying his little 3D thing.
Okay.
Poor guy. He waited and waited and waited and waited for me to get done, and I kept being unable to do it. And then as soon as he puts his airplane up, that's when I finally get mine up in the air.
Any
No,
relation to
it-
Eddie Nunez?
I don't know. He's in the chat. Ask him. And
No, he's
I
not.
just noticed and Pete, if you're still here, I did get that email from you. So
Yes.
that's. But look at that. Is that cute? Is that
Pete
an
and Eddie?
adorable little thing?
You know Eddie Nunez, right? Carlos?
Oh, he
never-
said yes.
I've seen the name. I don't
Yeah,
know the
he's-
person yet.
No, I never met him, but he's from New York. He's in
Oh,
the
is he?
city. Yeah, he's in the
Oh,
city.
he's not. Wait, yes, but no, he's not
And
really.
Pete's in Florida. Is that the same?
Yeah, Pete's-
Oh no, yes and no. Okay.
Yeah, Pete's right. Pete's right here. He comes out and flies. You remember that I showed you that big helicopter landing pad that he made? That you
Yes.
bought
Oh,
this
that
thing,
was
folded
his.
up. That was Pete. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. He's got a Phantom 3 drone, and he flies airplanes, and you know, nice guy.
It's a nice flight, Mitch.
What's that?
It's a nice flight. Good
Oh,
flight.
thank you. Yeah, it was the first flight. It was the maiden on the thing, and
I had plenty of time to go get a cup of coffee while you got it in there, though.
oh God, yeah. Tell me about it. Well, you know, I thought.
I think it was 4.5
Why
minutes.
not show? Why not show what
got to.
what you go through with these things? I mean, that's the reality of trying to, you know, on a maiden flight, going through. And that wasn't out of focus. That was just zoomed in like 1,000%. on the
Wow.
GoPro. Look at the
Oh.
stadium lights. You can see how much I had to zoom it in post processing. But at least you
Oh,
got
I
to
see.
see the airplane fly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's
Big
gonna
delay.
land here any minute.
You
Hey,
got
Mitch, would you
Got
like
it.
to see Drone Bum fly his drone? I have a video of him flying.
it. Uh-oh. Which one?
Anyway, here comes the landing.
The landing was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the landing was
Yeah, I
sweet.
missed it.
All right, good.
And now this is really cool. So in post processing, I wanted to zoom out as I was walking, so I got myself a dolly zoom effect there. Did you see that? Was that cool?
Yeah, cool.
Going
At
forward,
any
but
rate,
backwards.
that's a cute. It looks bigger when you see it on the screen than it really is.
That's
just,
what. No,
It's just tiny.
If
That's what
it's
you
fun,
said,
you don't
right?
stop.
Yeah.
You recorded all that with your GoPro on your
On my
ball
head.
cap? Yeah,
Yep.
you did good.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
what
you kept
happens
it
is you get it over the brim of your hat, and as
Yeah.
you're flying, you're always looking at the airplane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as long as
Hopefully,
as long as you just keep following with your head, the camera follows it. It's actually, you can get better. You can get better. The only problem is the GoPro.
You turn your head.
The airplane is a speck in the overall GoPro
Yeah.
picture. You can't hardly see it. So in post processing, you got to find it and zoom way in and put keyframes
that's tough.
keyframes in there and change not only your scaling but your positioning so that it moves smoothly from one to the other. And I had about 10 keyframes in that little episode. And I said, that's good enough, good enough.
I have a
So-
head mount for my GoPro, but I've never used it.
It works.
I
Yeah.
use a
just-
chest mount quite a bit.
You feel like a miner with a light on your head. You just put it
Yeah.
on there. And then interestingly enough, you got the app on your phone. So what I do is I go on my phone when I got the camera turned on, and the picture from the camera shows up on my phone.
Oh.
And then I look down and adjust the camera so it's looking at exactly what then I look up and make sure that I'm seeing the horizon where I want, and that way I can make sure the camera's set in the right place for it. It works pretty good, and it allows me to
Right.
to share the whole experience of
Yeah, definitely.
not just the flying part, but getting ready, talking to the guys, without having to have a cameraman, because I don't have it. Unlike some of these YouTubers that have a whole crew that follows them around. I'm not one of those guys. Hey, Carlos has got something here to share with us,
Oh boy.
Tell you, Paul, you're getting really good
and
at this, though.
and it's Paul.
Yeah, Paul's top
Oh, the
notch.
park. Okay. Huh.
He's done good.
Could be good.
Hey, Jim, above and beyond,
Hopefully you put up a
ABK,
good one.
bless. Hello.
Well, tell us what's going on.
Yeah, we're at the park by my house. So this is Carlos came out by me. This is the park I go to. Of course, this is the video. He lays me on the ground. There's a lot of that.
Take two.
I fly here all the time. That's why I take the DJI drones down sometimes for the sunrises.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a cool park, and during the week there's usually like nobody there, so it's really a good place to fly around.
So, how soon after you did this flight did your things quit working?
That only happened just yesterday that it quit working.
Oh, okay.
And,
And you tried multiple batteries. You had the same problem.
I did. I tried
Yes.
multiple batteries. I tried two sets of goggles, and
Look at him go.
no,
Oh,
come on, show a good place.
Hey, I'm going to show the real Paul.
Do a
Oh,
whole
good.
that was a
Right.
real-
Car.
There's a whole lot of that going on. I have a problem
well,
if
none
I'm
of
too low.
Paul, none of us ever do anything like that. So it
I'm
must
sure.
just be
Crashing
you.
like that? Nope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to just be you. Yeah.
Some of us land in aquariums.
Did that happen to you, Paul? Art?
Did it?
Yeah, there's no water in it.
Oh.
That
Yeah,
video that I
Thankfully,
posted, yeah, it landed right inside the the aquarium, and rather than going over and getting it out, I said, let's see if I can get it to fly out of there. And I actually got it to come up high enough, and I started to go forward, and it caught the edge and it flipped over. And then I just shut it off, and then it fell just right, and I was able to take off.
It's nice when it falls right side up.
Yep.
And then you could just take right off again, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And I think that was what started that long run around the room.
You did good after that.
Yeah. I went through 6 batteries. With
Good
an
for you.
hour. I did an hour on that. So I had an hour of footage, and I just narrowed it down to the best stuff that I had.
Cool.
Thank you for that.
Carlos,
Yes, sir.
you guys saw me orbiting the birds with my Tinyhawk.
Yes, I like that one.
Anybody not see that?
I think we
I
should
did.
refresh
I
my
can
memory.
show,
Refresh my memory.
I can show it off. I mean, I got
Look
it
like
right
the-
here. Yeah,
look like
I got it
orbiting.
right here.
You're flying with the birds?
Watch this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is when the birds were on the
No,
ground.
pretend you didn't see
Yeah.
it. No, you didn't
Yeah.
see it, Ray. This is the first time you saw this.
Yeah, those are. I believe those are down here flying.
Yeah.
But that's a great maneuver to learn, to orbit like that
Oh, yeah.
around
Mhm.
something
On
with
purpose.
with an
Yeah,
FPV drone. Yeah, on purpose.
I thought they were going to fly away. I really did.
That was
They're
good.
good to eat.
They're
I like the
probably all
speed there.
sitting
I like
around.
that.
What the hell is that?
Yeah. And I'm just having a ball doing this kind of flying. Keeping it down low, trying to stay smooth. It's great practice though, and
Yeah, my problem is when I pitch to turn, when I'm down low, I'm also so used to doing the yaw as well. And when you're pitched, not pitched, rolled. You know what I mean? When you're rolled over and you go to yaw,
Yeah.
if I'm rolling to the right and I yaw to the right, I'm going to go
You're gonna
right
go-
to the ground.
right to the ground. And
Yeah.
that's where you got to be on your throttle all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Is that what they call keep going forward, Mitch? Right? Always
Keep going forward. Yeah.
Mhm.
So Paul,
Yeah.
it's not just me.
It's
How many
just me.
times I've I've encouraged Paul to keep that in his mind. Keep
Oh, is that what
going
you call that?
forward.
Encouraging?
But these
My wife
these
encourages
trees,
me all the time.
these trees, and then on this particular flight here, towards the end of the flight, I decided I was just going to try to orbit myself, orbit around me and the
The
tree.
tree.
Yeah, and so you start out doing it a little wide, and then you tighten it up until you're just flying around yourself like this.
Good night,
Sideways.
EBR.
Yes, good night, EBR. He's going to bed.
Good night, Aaron.
And
Yes,
it's
it does
fun.
fly.
It's fun to do this because I'm trying to, at the same time keep it underneath the
That's really good.
trees.
Yeah.
Now, are you doing it with like your right stick to the right and your left and your yaw to the left?
A little bit of
like you would
everything.
on
You know
a-
what?
on a-
It's a little bit of everything.
When I do that, I don't even think
It's
about
almost
what
hard
I'm
to
doing.
explain it. Yep.
I know.
You can't even. I can't even tell you what I did because
I know.
you're just reacting, moving the
Yeah.
sticks to position
Remember
the
I,
camera.
remember I told you that, Paul?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. That's why I've actually asked you when I fly, watch my sticks.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Or
even
that's
that
what-
is
that's-
Or even stick cams. Watch videos with stick cams just to get an idea of what they're doing.
Mhm.
That's my problem. Is thinking about the sticks too much. But if I
you
look
can't
at the screen,
you can't
and I
think
just,
about it. You have
Oh,
to.
that's
Yeah.
what you
In other words, you're flying forward, okay?
That's-
And if you're flying forward like this, and you want to you yaw, but then if you yaw, you also have to use your right stick because if you just yaw, you're gonna actually pitch in the opposite direction. If
right.
you give yourself left yaw, the plane will roll to the right. So you're gonna have to come in with some left stick on your right hand as well. And you
Yep.
can't think about it. You have to just
Yeah.
do it
That's right.
and get a feel for
Yeah.
Even doing it, I can't tell you what I was doing.
I
was
get
just
it. And some of
reacting to
my
it.
best flights are the ones I'm like, how the hell did I do that?
Yeah.
I just did it.
But what was really cool was and when I let me show you that this was the coolest thing, and I don't know if anybody picked up on it or not, but when I published the video, okay, of this thing here,
Right.
It's like a giant town.
and I put a lot of music in it, okay. So you can hear
You had
the
like
music,
3
right?
different songs on that.
I had 4 different songs, but
Oh,
when
was
I
it
got
4?
when I got to the end, when I got to the point where I was orbiting myself, listen to the way, watch the flying, and look. I didn't do this on purpose, but watch how the flying fit the music. It turned out incredible, and most of it was purely by accident. Watch. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. It wasn't that. It was the next sequence.
Sounds a little Charlie Brownish.
Yeah.
I was thinking Mr. Rogers.
Music adds to a video. It really does.
It adds a lot to it. Yeah.
Let's is an exploration.
But it's almost like dancing when you hear the music, isn't it? Okay, I think. Now watch this. Watch how the drone rolls with the music. To the right, to the left, to the right. It was almost like a ballet there. That one little section, and I saw that and I said, "Man, that was cool." And I didn't do that on purpose. It just turned out that way.
Sometimes that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers, drones, neighborhood, field, flight, music.
Anyway, that's
busy.
fun. And the music that I picked out for the birds, the music for the birds was a whole different deal.
Where do you get your music from, Mitch?
Elevators.
I have a bunch of soundtrack from Driving Miss Daisy.
I actually have a video driving Miss Daisy. I was thinking of you when I was flying.
Well, I like to mix it up with music, different kinds of moods, you know.
I like right there. That's a nice little
Go
roll.
to it, Art.
Nice
Go to it.
I like that one. That's my favorite, flying low to the ground. What's that in front?
And the birds were totally nonplussed by this little tiny hawk. It didn't bother them at all.
Right.
I would have tried flying in between them, I think. Up close.
Yeah, try flying between them.
Those cranes?
Here's a little
I like that right there.
low down flying for you, Cross.
That was good.
Are those cranes, Mitch? Those birds?
They're
Egrets.
sand cranes, sandhill
Oh,
cranes.
really?
They're called the ribeye in the sky.
They are the noisiest. And they're so used to being around people that
Yeah, because cranes around here, you can't tiptoe across the pond from them and they'll fly away.
they're
Very skittish.
kind of fearless.
I see that.
Mitch, that's an analog video, right? Video feed.
That what?
That's an analog video feed.
Pete,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, that's from the Tinyhawk. That's just
Yep.
Here's a flight for you, Mitch. This
okay.
is
Recorded.
named it
It's
the
just
Tiny-
recorded on the
Tinyhawk,
DJI goggles. All right, here we go.
flying
All
this
right.
Daisy flight.
Do you want music? I have to give you music.
It's up to you. But this is just straight, smooth, and no, what do you call it? No tricks, really.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nice and
Well,
slow. I had you in
well-
mind the whole flight.
Hold on a second here.
2 days later.
Here, this is good Miss Daisy music right here.
Just nice, relax.
I keep looking for
Going
Mr.
forward.
McNeely to come walking through here.
One day.
Carlos, is that Flushing Meadow Park or?
This is
Which
Cunningham Park. This is Francis Lewis Boulevard in between Union Turnpike and 73rd Avenue.
Mm,
Okay.
Just to the right or just to the east of me is the Clearview Expressway. And the LIE is about a mile up the road. Right, but nice and cruising here. Oh, I don't know if it's playing that well on YouTube.
It's a little jittery. I mean, a little jerky, but
All right.
Look at that.
we get the idea.
Is it playing
Ray
smoother on
asked, somebody
Streamlabs?
asked me where I got my music. You know, most of this music I got a few years ago off of a website that was a Creative Commons, public domain stuff, and I downloaded about 100 different songs, and I can't find the site anymore. I don't know where I got it, but I have a whole folder full of all of this music, and what I do is I have a method that I use when I'm trying to pick music for that's appropriate, and I like to think that I do manage to usually pick some decent music, and I'll show you what I do, just for grins. As soon as Carlos's slate is done, I'll show you.
Oh, we can finish. Show us, Professor.
All right, here's what I do. I take let me go and open the folder here. Let me go over to my. I'll do it on my left screen here so you can see what I'm doing,
there you
and
go.
just ignore all the other stuff that's on there.
mhm,
All right. So let me make myself
Yeah,
big
yeah,
so
yeah.
you can see. There we are. Okay.
mhm.
That's my OBS right there. So let's go
Right.
to this drive here,
Right.
and let's go to. That's not the drive I want. I want the G drive. So let's go to the G drive, and I got a folder that says music for YouTube, and then I have a bunch of folders full of music. So here's one that has a bunch of stuff in it. Okay, just a ton of
Wow.
songs. See 'em
Oh,
all?
okay.
All right.
Wow.
So I click on the top. I click on the bottom, and select all of them. I go up here. I right click, and I say play. And it starts playing. Okay. So then what I do is I find a piece of I've got the editor open, and I've got the footage, for example, that I want to find the music for. So let's get whoops. Well, that's not going to do me any good if I have to play it and if I lose my music. Well, what I do is I just sit here in this thing, and I just go like I go next.
Yep.
Does that fit? No. How about this? Does this fit?
Ready, Carlos?
Does this fit? I might sneak up a little bit. Little reggae stuff. No. There. So here's music for action. You know, music for something. And the next one.
Yeah.
So I just go through them like this. There, that's the music you just played. It's called Nighttime Stroll. And I have all these different things, and I'll find something that looks suitable to the footage.
Next
I
time
made
you
a
start
little,
flying at the pub, you could play that
little
Irish
cheat
song.
With my favorite song.
That sounds Wizard of Oz like.
There's my theme.
I like that one.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
There's Chris
Chris, that's for
Holtzcomb.
you.
Yeehaw!
Yep.
Yeah.
Where guitar?
So all this different stuff, and when I downloaded this, I picked all these different things that every one of them conveyed some kind of a different mood. And you can do the same thing. You can do the same thing with YouTube. But then when I find the song that I want, I look up at the top of the player and said, okay, this is called Desert Fox _, and then I'll just bring it into my editor. all different kinds of moods. I mean, you got it. For example, you got a nice flowing flight with
that's nice
over
music.
trees
I like
with
that.
with a
that
sunset
one.
coming in the background. This, you put this music behind it, and you got something. And then what you do is, if you find a place in the music where the entire mood of the music changes. Okay, so right there, we got okay, so you find that point in the music where something big happens. It's coming up.
He's working down for the spiral dive from 300 feet.
Right there, where that beat comes in. Okay.
Right.
You make sure that you place that
You're doing
at
something
a
exciting.
really
Yep.
visually exciting moment of a big reveal, something dramatic. And and what you do is you mark that exact point on the music and you slide it over to exactly match your video, and then clean up the front and the back of the music somehow to make it all fit. But the most important part of the edit is that thing happened exactly
At
at the
point.
point where you want it to in the music. And it's not hard to do if you have a
Takes
a
time.
big library of songs. But that's how I do it. I just load them all in and sit
Right.
back and just keep
Yeah.
changing music until
They
I say,
have
well,
a request for 70s rock music, Mitch? In the
Yeah, there you
70s?
go. Hmm.
All right, here's
no,
a
you need to go.
flowy.
You need to go to iSpike show if you want a show that plays music.
Yeah, pick a song for this flowy ride, Mitch. I'll let you pick.
All right, let's see.
This is just flow.
This is Flow. Okay, I'm
Nothing fancy.
trying to. I got Art's theme song here.
You do.
There you go. That'll work.
Yeah.
There goes the bum.
Yeah, I know that truck.
That's. I'm just kidding. That's not what I would consider music for this thing. And the problem is I don't know them. There you go. That would
That
work.
fits. I like it.
Nice toe tapping music.
Yeah. The thing about drone flying is you've got forward motion, okay, and you want to convey motion in your
Yes.
music, and
Yep.
and that's why when
That's
you're
a good
watching,
point.
if you got the right music for the thing, you should be moving. You should be tapping your foot or doing something along with it because you actually feel the motion of the thing.
agree.
Unfortunately, the motion is a little jerky due to the YouTube.
Sorry.
No, it's not you. It's the fact that you've gone through 3 computers, StreamYards, and YouTube.
But you see, Mitch, I'm capable of just flying slow and relaxed. I actually like it. I'm looking forward to
Well,
those big birds coming. to me.
I enjoy that scenic.
Oh, I like it a lot,
flying.
yeah.
And every once in a while you throw a roll or something in there, but not a flip, not a fast roll.
Nah,
but
yeah. I get
but a
you.
nice smooth. These guys that
Look at
these
this.
guys
Right
that fly the
under the table.
FPV.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got to see me. I flew into Drone Bum's head. Poor guy.
Yeah,
More than once.
we got music for that too.
Poor bum. He put
Is
up
it?
with me for a week. But I had a great time. I'm glad I met Drone Bum. Paul, he's a good
Oh
guy.
man. So
Even if he's
I
a
haven't
dog.
looking at
So much
we missed-
fun when
have
you
we-
fly with somebody else.
have we missed
I mean,
anything
but
in the chat
we
here?
spent hours of
Yowie
flying and
P51.
goofing and flying and goofing and just, I don't know
Say hi
about
to
you, Paul.
Yowie P51 is
Hey,
here. How
Yowie.
you doing?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry we didn't hook
Yeah,
up
heavy
sooner.
metal.
Yeah, didn't we have a good time, Paul? Seriously.
Oh, I can't wait to do it again.
You guys are having too good a time.
Paul flew with me
Lots
one
of fun.
time, and he'll probably never do it again.
No, actually, Ray, we got to hook up, man.
You should come meet all of us. Yeah.
We go
We
show
can
Ray
all
what
fly.
like FPV is like.
Yeah, but he could also fly his drone there.
Absolutely.
The big
We
one.
can try to.
I used to fly mine there.
Put the
I've got
Mavic
the Mavic Air.
and film us in slow-mo coming right at it.
It's, you know what? I like flying slow and through things. That's kind of neat.
Boom.
Gapping stuff.
Good landing right there.
Yeah, cool.
You have
It's
great
so much
control.
fun.
That's
It is
not
so
Well,
easy
much
to
Carlos,
do.
you've been doing it longer than most of us, haven't you?
April 20th, 2018, I bought my first Mavic Air. I think last year, May, I started FPV with a Tinyhawk.
Okay, well,
So
no,
about a year
yeah,
and a half.
I started FPV. Yeah, I've been doing it about a year and a half now.
But I
So,
put a lot of batteries
less
in.
than a year and a half. Yeah, you flew a lot more than I have.
I have put a lot of batteries in.
But I built
I'm
more
going to get
drones
an
than you.
FPV
Oh,
in 3
you've done
years.
it. Say again, Ray?
I'm going to get an FPV in 3 years.
Why?
Mhm.
Why so long?
I got to get the Mavics down first.
No, you should get a little Tinyhawk. Chris, are you having fun with it?
I am. I'm fixing to go have some more fun. I'm fixing to
Are
cut
you
y'all
having a
loose.
lot of fun with it or just some fun? Like, do you really like it? I'm just curious. Because I know
I
Drone
like
Bum really likes it.
I really like it. I flew
Okay,
it today
good.
to work, and I'm fixing to go fly about 2 or 3 packs here in the next 30, 45 minutes.
Good.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Ray, once you try it, you're going to put those other drones in the
Yeah.
closet and say, man, these things are way too slow.
And it's your too fault. It's
Yeah,
Ricky
us-
Wallace's fault. Right
Yeah.
here on Thursday night about 6 months to a year ago.
But it's so, it's,
Yep.
you know, it's sad. I'll be 50. Actually, my birthday is September 21st. I accept American Express credit cards, checks, money
That's
orders.
that's my sister's birthday, Carlos.
Okay, I'll be 58, and
She's older than you, but that's her birthday, September
No.
21st.
but what I'm saying is, and this is my first like real hobby, and it's been a blast. Just, and the other part is of this whole thing is I get to meet all you crazy people at the same time.
Battle stations. Battle stations.
That's the best part, of course.
No, I'm
Yeah,
serious.
I said this once and I'll say it again. It was so nice of you to invite me in the community. Mitch, and all of you, you've made me feel so welcome, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, I'm
there is a
looking
good-
forward to
good
getting
community.
together with you, Ray, when you get this winter when you get down to Florida.
Definitely, we'll get together.
Because you're not that far. You're an hour tops.
No,
from-
yeah, hour and a half.
and,
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, we'll get together and do some flying.
I'm tempted to drive down. I'm tempted
What do you
to
do with the
drive
koi
down and
pond
come
while
back.
you're in Florida?
No, they're fine. You stop feeding them once the temperature of the water is 50.
They have
stay right under the ice. They get
You
almost
don't need me
all.
to come and check on them, make sure they're all right.
they have a
I have a
frost,
camera set
frost
up.
line. They have a frost line, and they go into like a
Yeah.
suspended animation. Right? Do
Captain
you leave a
Ray.
little ice break pump, Ray, or no?
Art, are you trying to get our attention?
Art.
Well, somebody's
Art. Ray, rather.
phone is going off. It sounds
fine.
like the whistling on the
On
Star
a boat,
Trek
on a
where-
ship. Yeah.
attention. Captain to the bridge.
Hey,
I'm
Ray,
going
do you,
Hurt to
do you have a
bridge.
pump on the top of your pond to break the water so it doesn't completely
No, I have
ice
an
over?
aerator underneath the water.
Oh, just there?
Yeah.
Really?
I've run it all winter. Yeah.
And the
Just bring
airline
an
doesn't freeze
ultra
up?
light
No,
pole
no,
with,
not really.
with corn on a hook. Fun to catch.
Well, Mitch,
Cool.
thank you for inviting me in. I'm going to head out, but thank
All right.
you.
Well, we're all going to head out pretty soon,
Yeah,
Ray.
Ray.
but
Wow,
Thanks,
it's almost 8
thanks for
o'clock
being
already.
here. Good to see you. Thanks for keeping the duck company up there in the corner.
And have a good
I
night,
mean,
everybody.
I can
Good night,
swap
Ray.
you guys around now and give Art the duck.
All
There you
right.
go.
Yeah, Ray, that would be cool to meet up with you and the bum. Where'd he go?
Yeah. Oh, Chris
Throw 'em out
left
the
too.
window.
Bye, bye.
Done already. Monday, I got his
Chris
number.
left.
I'll call him, Ray.
Yeah,
All right.
it's almost
What's
that
your name?
time.
That guy.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully
and
we'll
Art
meet
coming
Sunday
up
on
on
Fly.
it's
Yep.
time
Gotta
to
run.
bail for Ken Herron. You know.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, he's got Chris Rollins on tonight. Haven't
Who is
seen
that?
him in a while.
It was Chris
No,
Rollins.
no. I'm trying to figure Chris Rollins out. What is his thing? Is it drones? Is it cameras? Is it just blowing shit up? Is it what he
It's
does all kinds
all
of
of
crazy
those,
stuff.
kind of
Yeah.
like Sean Oz.
Yeah,
you know,
I guess.
Sean Oz does everything. Yeah,
All new to
Yeah.
me.
but he's
that's
got
good.
some good stuff blown up.
Yeah,
Blown
you
up.
just
Well,
have
he
some fun stuff to
he
watch.
got Ken into this high speed, camera
Yeah,
slow
that's
motion
right.
stuff, and I haven't seen that in a long time. Ken has not
Yeah,
done any of that for a while. He was hot and heavy. Every other video was slow motion,
Mm-hmm.
blowing up something or burning something or shooting something. And then he got involved in FPV. That's what
Yep.
happened. And then now
Yep.
everything is FPV. Yeah. And I can
Mhm.
It
understand
takes
that.
over. It takes over.
It does.
Yep.
It does. So we'll let you. We're going to start closing it down here and
All right.
Who's
let
first?
you go
Mr.
and
Art?
say hi to Ken. I don't.
Art,
I'm
you
usually,
got to
I'll
leave
watch,
on
but I'm
cue.
not
He's
in the
going to
chat.
put on the music, and you just got to hit it on the right because you always miss it by 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So pay attention to
Well,
that
I'll
music.
tell you what, Art. I'm ready for you. I will do the removing for you. So strike the pose.
Ta-da!
There we go.
That's too
But
fast.
great.
he's still in the green room. And he's still he finally
Can't get rid of it.
uh,
I like slow
That's
motion
great.
stuff too.
yeah, that's great. Well,
All right,
Paulie,
so
man,
then-
you look like a whole different person. You look
Even
you
his
look
hair
all-
color
Your
looks
hair's all
younger.
coiffed up and everything, man.
Yeah.
Well,
you got like a
it's getting
David
long. That's what it
Cassidy
is.
look.
I'm just putting it back.
Yeah,
now.
you're looking
You look
sunburned
like David
and
Cassidy
everything.
with the shag. Nice.
You got that nice suntan thing going on. Yeah.
Partridge Family, huh? Did you get to fly
Well,
today
thanks
in
for-
the rain or no? Did you
I
fly
did.
any today? You did?
I did.
No puddles?
8 packs, 8 or 9
Wow.
packs. No
Nice.
puddles. It was dried up by this afternoon. We had the sun come out. It dried up.
But it did dry up?
I dropped off Brian after work, and I flew right at his house, in front of his
Oh,
house.
cool.
He lives right next door to his grandma, so I can go in between the bushes over to his grandma's around and back. Good practice.
So did you get another
It's
Tiny
amazing.
Hawk? Did you get another one?
Yeah, I had already bought another one.
Oh,
just for
okay.
such
All right.
I told him make sure you're not.
Now I need
without,
another
So
one.
he ordered one. So he needs a
Yeah.
backup to his backup.
Listen, it's cheap fun. It's cheap fun. You could spend more than that in the supermarket.
Oh
Easily.
God, tell me about it.
Yeah,
Easily.
it's cheap
Yeah.
fun. All right,
you know what,
guys.
maybe
Well,
I'll-
listen.
Maybe we'll hook up
Thanks for
Sunday.
having
We'll talk,
me.
Paul.
Thanks for coming in, buddy. Good to see you. And congratulations, you're doing great.
He's doing
Thank you,
excellent.
buddy.
I'm proud of you.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
It's all Carlos's fault.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
I tell him it's 10% me and 90% him. He's just got to put in the time.
No, you got a good feel for it,
He
and
does.
you can't think about it. That's what I thought you learned is you can't figure it out. You just put it on and
Go.
and
Just
pretty
go.
soon you find that you're actually connected to the drone. You're not thinking
Yeah.
about which way you're moving the sticks. You're just you're seeing. You just like driving a car. You don't think about, well, I got to turn the steering wheel to the left.
Right, you just do it. Yep.
You just do
Like
it.
Ed says, you got to free your mind and just
It's true.
be
It's
one
true.
with the drone.
Be one.
That is
Yes.
kind of true. Be one with the drone. Yeah.
It is. It is true. It's true about
You
flying
have-
RC airplanes too. You can't think about anything.
And you know what's gonna
basically
make
have
you
to
crazy
get
a little
connected
bit?
to it.
You're going to get
Crazier
another
than I
drone.
am.
You're going to get another drone, and it's going to be almost like learning how to fly again because each drone is just a little bit different.
Yeah.
And that's going to make you better because
This
you're
new
going to adjust.
Tiny Hawk is different.
Is it?
This new Tiny Hawk flies different than the first one.
Okay. I believe it.
Yeah. It
Well,
seems like
you
it
know,
needs
you
more
can-
throttle.
You can adjust rates and PIDs and all kinds of stuff to make them all the same, but then you got to,
Yeah.
that's just another thing you need to figure out how to do.
He needs to
So-
be able to hook up his laptop to his drone.
Yeah, I gotta get
He only
beta
did
flight
once. He only did
Yeah.
it once.
Yeah, it happened once. The next time nothing.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, it's another
All right.
topic for another day. We got to get.
We got to
beta
say
flight.
goodbye because he's going to go over in his minutes in StreamYard and then the party's over.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys. Well, thanks
Take
for
care,
coming,
Mitch.
Paul. Good to see you. Okay, buddy.
Mitch, Paul, take care.
Take care.
Adios,
you
guys.
soon,
And Carlos,
All right. Bye, chat.
take care. And everybody left. Okay, guys. Hey, thanks for coming in. Thanks to everybody that came in the chat. Carlos, Paulie, Ray Kelly, Chris Hope. Who am I missing? I'm old and it's late. So if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. And in the chat, Pete Nunez is still here. Jody, Drone Shots, Four-Eyed K9, Bob Casey. Thanks for coming in. Yowie P51. Steve Carpenter, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Robert Glazier was here. Who else? Four-Eyed K9, Carlos, John Coopy. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Good to see you. And I think Chris Hope, I Robert Glazier, I think I said goodnight to everybody. Oh, Exploration Obsession. Les, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I missed you. Irwin, off to bed. And I'm off to the back porch to smoke a cigar. So, with that, I will say goodnight to everybody. Turn on a little stream ending music. There we go. Take the rest of the day off, guys. It may already be too late for that, but do it anyway. Play with your drones. Have a great day, good day tomorrow, and a good weekend. And catch you on Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Talk more about Carlos's repair jobs and drones in general, FPV in general. Thanks for coming in. I enjoyed myself. Thanks, the guys had a great panel, and we'll do it again. So turn it over to my trusty sidekick, Spank the monkey, and let Spanky say goodnight.